Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, and let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I've got a coffee we talked about previously. Hang on. That's a wonderful, wonderful cup of coffee. Big thanks to Rodney Ripplinger out there. Thank you so much, Rodney. He sent me a sample of Cameron's coffee from Costco. Well, he just went ahead and sent me the entire bag. Boy, is this fantastic. Now I know what it was that I was drinking. It's Velvet Moon Espresso Roast. It's organic, earthy, sweet, and complex. It's a medium dark roast. Boy, is this a nice, smooth, flavorful cup of coffee. This is absolutely wonderful. You can get this at Costco, Cameron's Specialty Coffees. I think this is 32-ounce bag, 907 grams, and I believe it's at a really nice price too. So if you are a member of Costco, check this out next time you're there. Really terrific. I think it's also available on Amazon. Might be a little more expensive on Amazon, but a real good price from what I understand. If I recall correctly what Rodney said in his email, really terrific. Thank you again, Rodney. Really do appreciate it. Boy, that brightens my morning. And this is whole bean. This is the whole bean, and I'm putting it in. I put it in my grinder, and it was so. I mean, just the flavor, the aroma just throughout the kitchen, just really wonderful. And I'm finding, maybe you agree with this. I'm finding that using whole bean is a little easier to work with. Just grind it up and you can get that scoop in a little easier versus ground coffee that's in those little bags. And pretty soon as it gets down there, you got to really kind of reach in and kind of struggle to get it out. This was great. Yeah, I might do all my coffees whole bean. I don't know. It's very convenient. All you got to do is grind it up and it's right there. That's absolutely great. Oh yeah, my coffee mug. Thank you, Beth Jones. This is the honorary Beth Jones Starbucks Been There coffee mug celebrating the state of Ohio, the state I live in, the Buckeye State. Boy, love this mug. Really a favorite. Thank you again to Beth Jones. Really very nice. We heard from Elemental Hero Joe. He left a comment on one of the Monday morning mailbags recently, and he wrote, "Another informative episode, Mark. I purchased wireless headphones yesterday and was able to listen to this episode while on my morning walk. Win-win." Thank you. Thank you, Elemental Hero Joe. That's very flattering. You're taking along the Monday morning mailbag on your morning walk. That's great. And if you're taking me along on your morning commute, hey, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate it. Very flattered. Where everyone is listening, I think there's also a viewer in France. I'm sorry, the name escapes me right now. He actually watches the Monday morning mailbag in Paris, France, on his way home on the train. That's just awesome. I'm so flattered by that. Thank you very much. Really, thanks to everyone out there for viewing, for tuning in, for commenting, for taking me along on your morning commutes or your morning strolls or on the train. That's absolutely great. Well, we got some really great content this morning. We're going to be revisiting a few items in new shaving gear. We got some great content in the refill. Got some questions, and you know what? We also have a very interesting morning shaving tip. So as we do every week, let's kick it off with a morning shaving tip. Okay, this morning's viewer shaving tip comes from viewer Wayne O. And he writes, "As a new wet shaver, I'm getting a lot of irritation on my skin. I have always been an essential oils freak, so I made a little concoction that has helped me a lot. I put a little bit of coconut oil in a small dish and warmed it up in a microwave, just enough to liquefy it. I then add a few drops of lavender essential oil and mix them together. It is helping me a lot, L-O-T in capital letters. I keep my house pretty cool, so my coconut oil gets firm and cloudy. Just by touching it with my fingertips, it softens nicely instantly. After applying it to your face, Rub it into your hands or use it elsewhere as needed. It works remarkably well for me. I hope this might help someone. Also, I highly recommend Plant Therapy as a source for oils. Great quality at very reasonable prices. If you want the very best at a higher price, I recommend doTERRA. I have experienced no better essential oils than doTERRA, though at a much higher price. Hope this helps someone. Wayne O. Wayne, thank you very, very much. That's fantastic. I don't work with essential oils too much, but you know what? I'm sure there are a lot of viewers out there that have dabbled in them. That is a terrific, terrific tip. Coconut oil and a little bit of lavender. And lavender is supposed to be very, very good for the skin. As a matter of fact, you may recall a review I did maybe a year or so ago. I received some of this Pelendaba lavender shaving gel, shaving cream, and the aftershave. And this is terrific. This really does have a wonderful calming effect. And they farm their own under the Pelendaba label up in Seattle, Washington, I think, and then they distribute it to their various outlets around the country. This came from Colorado Springs, I think, a store over there. And it was terrific. This is brushless shave cream, but the aftershave is great. Has a wonderful calming effect, beautiful lavender scent. So yeah, if you want to go this route, Pelendaba. If not, then I would say, if you want to dabble with what Wayno recommended, I know a lot of wet shavers have said coconut oil for pre-shave. Well, here's a great way to do it also with a little bit of lavender and also for post-shave. Yeah, really, really terrific. So thanks very much, Wayne O, for the really, really great tip. And again, I think it's very, very helpful to the wet shaving community in general. Also for those of you out there who want to dabble with a little bit of essential oils and that sort of thing. I myself haven't done it. I think it's something that I want to be a little more schooled in before I venture into it. But those two ingredients, coconut oil and lavender, come on. I mean, it sounds great. All right, so Wayno, to say thank you. Here is an original sketch, an original signed George sketch for you and only you. All you got to do, email me your snail mail address at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And as I say every week, if you also would like an original signed George sketch, all you got to do is email me a shaving tip like Wayno did, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and and if I use this on a Monday morning mailbag shaving tip segment, I will send this to you. You'll get one of these. So thanks again, Wayno, for the great shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, we have an extra shaving tip this morning from viewer Leon Waxstein. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. Let me congratulate you again on the recent subscription milestone, and thank you for all the entertainment and wet shaving information that your videos provide. They are getting better and better each day." Leon, thank you very much for that. And it also reminds me to let everyone know that our two winners did contact me and the prize packages have been sent. So Mongo Boomer, his was sent the other day, and Vikings Blade confirmed that they are sending the razor to him. He should receive those. He probably has it by now. And also Wolf Sniper 6MM Robinson contacted me, and I shipped his prize package out immediately. And hopefully he has it as well. So yeah, that's fantastic. Congratulations to both of them. And Leon, thank you again for your good wishes on that. I really do appreciate it. He continues here. He says, "I'm not sure if this tip/hack is worth mentioning, but many wet shavers, just like me, have many cans of shave foam that are not used anymore. You can use the shaving foam to clean the lens of your eyeglasses by applying a thin shaving foam coat on both sides of the lens, then rinse with water and wipe the lens with a microfiber cloth. It leaves them crystal clear, getting rid of all the grease. Better than any soap I have tried. It's worth mentioning that I've been using shaving foam, not shaving gel. Also, I have not tried it on sunglasses. Again, thanks for all the hard work and wishing you further success. I already have a George sketch. that is in process of being framed. Wow, I'm flattered. Thank you very much. When you get that frame, Leon, snap a picture of it in your shaving den. We'll show it here on the Monday morning mailbag. And that's a reminder to all the viewers out there. If you have a framed George sketch hanging in your shave den, snap a picture of it. We'll show it here on the Monday morning mailbag. Or if you have some great pictures of your shaving den, hey, send those along also. We're always interested in seeing everyone's shaving den setup. And he concludes, thanks again, and have a great weekend, Leon. Leon, thank you very, very much for the extra shaving tip. I haven't tried it. Let me know what you think out there. Comment below if you've tried something similar with the shaving foam that's been laying around, if that works as a cleaner. Maybe it works as a cleaner for some other areas in your life. Hey, let us know. Comment below. Let us know. Thanks again, Leon. Really, really do appreciate the tip. Okay, before we get to the refill, I wanted to share something with you. I was going to talk about this at the top of the show. I decided to move it to its own segment because it is a little bit involved. Hopefully you'll be interested in this. As you know, we say, let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. Well, this falls under the category of a few other things. Last Wednesday kicked off the Lenten season, Ash Wednesday. And I have a recipe for the Lenten season from my late mother that was included in a cartoon cookbook. Let me show you this. This is Tuna Petite that was put together by the cartoonists of the National Cartoonist Society Great Lakes Chapter. Now, I'm a member of the National Cartoonist Society, and I'm also a member of the Great Lakes Chapter. And Polly Keener and Frank Power put this book together. They gathered up all the recipes and artwork from all the cartoonists in the chapter. They put together this really delightful cookbook in 2014. I can't believe it's been that long. And here are my pages right here. And this is the recipe I wanted to share with you. This is a family favorite, my brother Tom's favorite meal of all time. It's called Friday Spaghetti. I'll let you get a screenshot of that, or I'll put a screenshot up of it from the actual page that Frank Power had compiled and edited and everything. But it's a fantastic, fantastic meatless meal because, you know, during Lent, my mother was trying to create meatless meals for Friday for her husband and 5 boys. Yeah, 7 of us. And Friday spaghetti was it. It's just briefly, I'll post the recipe below. Get a screenshot of what I've shown on screen if you want to do it that way, but I'll post it below later on in the day, and I'll pin that comment to the top. But the recipe is 1 whole onion chopped, 1 whole pepper chopped, 1.5 sticks of butter, 18 ounces of tomato paste, 1 to 2 pounds of spaghetti. Now, the tomato paste can vary. If you're using 1 pound of spaghetti, then it's just 12 ounces, 2 cans of tomato paste. If you're going to use 2 pounds of spaghetti, it's 18 ounces, 3 cans. And all you do is just get those diced onions and peppers and saute them in a pan with some butter, and then you add your tomato paste and you let that cook up, and your spaghetti has already been boiled and cooked, and then all you do then is take that and fold it into the tomato paste, onions and peppers, and man, is it great. Now, we grew up with this when we were kids, so this was a staple during the Lenten season. So my brother Tom especially looked forward to it. It's absolutely his favorite. And I made it this past Wednesday for Ash Wednesday, and it's terrific. It brings back a lot of great memories. But I wanted to share that with you. It's just a really easy to make. It's an inexpensive meal. You can make heaps and heaps of it, and it really is great. My brother Tom eats it cold as leftovers, and yeah, it was really a family favorite. Now, it'll probably be an acquired taste. I understand that. Some of you may think, not so great, and others you're going to fall in love with it. But I just want to share that with you because it is the start of the Lenten season, and even if you don't observe Lent, it is a nice, affordable meal that makes a lot of pasta. And maybe you are a vegetarian or a vegan. This is another great, great meal for you to share with family and friends, to use, to make for yourself, that sort of thing. Really, really terrific. But again, it was something that was prepared in our house when we were growing up during the Lent season. And just about every Friday or every other Friday was Friday spaghetti. So we really look forward to it. So there's a recipe. Hopefully you got a screenshot of it. If not, I'll post it below later on in the day after the video debuts and that sort of thing. And I'll pin the comment to the top so you can get it, copy it, and maybe give it a whirl. So just wanted to share that with you. Maybe we'll look in through the book here and we'll get some other recipes. I got a couple of other recipes that my mom has in here that are just terrific. So maybe we'll do that down the road. All right. Thanks again and enjoy. All right. It's that time of the show. Coffee's getting low. Time to go back for a refill. Okay, I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did, and I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Well, if you went back for a refill, obviously you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Thank you very much. Let's kick off this morning's refill with something from viewer Ronnie Yates, and he is commenting about the Omega Pro Boar brush. We received some comments regarding the brush because of the discussion. I believe it was viewer Baha Guler who talked about his love of the Boar brush. And Ronnie writes, exceptional show, Mark. The Omega Pro 49 is great. I have one in red and will likely get the other colors. Can't beat for the price, and it's a great overall brush. I do wish they made a non-hollow handle for that and the Parasso Pro. If they do make one, I am unaware. I have a Semogue 830, and while the handle is nicer, I prefer the Omega not as you. Interested in hearing the Era review? Have a good one. Yeah, well, we did do the Era review this last Saturday. We're going to talk about it again in wet shaving gear. But yeah, Ronnie, this is my Pro brush. I don't know if this is model 49. It might be. I can't remember, but it says it's the Omega Pro. And yeah, it is a nice, large brush with some great bristles. I'm using it for head shaves. I pulled it out again because of this discussion. Use it for some face shaves. Use it for some head shaves. It does a wonderful job. It really does. It's a nice mix. It's a nice change of pace from some of the synthetic brushes that I'm using. Yeah, really do enjoy this brush. I also enjoy the Omega Knot a little better than I do the Semogue. I don't know what it is, but I think the Omega Knot is a little better. Semogue is good, and obviously your mileage may vary. Some wet shavers are going to prefer Semogue. Others are going to prefer the Omega. The Omega is kind of winning me over. It really is. And this brush, it really is terrific, and a lot of coverage. Really terrific. I like it a lot. Also, Tyler Greer writes, great mailbag as always, Mark. The Omega Pro brush is my daily driver. I use a different soap, aftershave, blade, and razor combo nearly every day, but rarely ever stray from my Omega. Yeah, this has a lot of great devoted fans out there. And again, it is a good brush, and it's very cost effective. I don't think it's more than $14, $12, something like that. I'll have a link for it below on Amazon, and you can get it in different colors. I just happened to get this one in chrome, and I can't remember where I got it. I did not buy it on Amazon, but I can't remember where I got it. Maybe I got it from West Coast Shaving or Maggards, or I can't remember. I have to I have to check my records and find out where I got this and let you know next week. But yeah, terrific brush. John Meyer commented about our discussion on the Slim and the Fatboy and the history of it and why they called this the 195. It sold for $1.95, something like that, why it was replaced by the Slim. Well, John gives us the following. Morning, Mark. Great mailbag today. Thanks, John. Thank you very much. The Fatboy was originally sold for $1.95, thus called the Gillette 195. The Gillette Slim was the evolution caused by cost increase of the Fatboy 195. There are 2 less parts for the Slim and easier to assemble. Cost savings. These razors were manufactured and sold for less than the Fatboy. I believe $1.79. The Gillette Tech at the time was selling for 79 cents. You can see why Gillette was hard to compete with. Looking forward to next week's Monday Mailbag. Take care and be safe, John. Hey, John, thanks very much. Yeah, $1.79 versus $1.95. Now, back in the day, that was probably a huge savings, I would think. But yeah, they're both great razors. And I think, and this is just me, perhaps, the cost got to be too much, but I'm also thinking the assembly time. If you have two less parts here versus this, that cuts down on assembly time and that sort of thing, kind of speeds up the process. And I'm thinking that because fewer Fat Boys were made, they're a little more scarce, so there's a little more cachet with them among the wet shaving community because, there aren't as many of the Fat Boys as there are of the Slim. Slims were made for 10 years, something like that, maybe a little longer. So there's a lot of Slims out there. But, and you can get these at great prices. And if you find one, and it's in fairly good shape, you can always have it replated. These things were just built like tanks. I mean, both of them just really, really solid razors. So if you do find either one of them and they're in so-so shape, you can always have them cleaned and replated and everything by a lot of different services out there. This one was done by razorplate.com. Chris Evett, he did a great job. I know a lot of folks use Razor Emporium and Matt Pisarcik. They do a great job. So yeah, there are a lot of folks out there that really do some great plating work. So just wanted to mention that to you all via John's comments. So thanks again, John, for that comment regarding the Fat Boy. Great little piece of history there, really. Thank you very much. Viewer Malcolm Maxwell writes, "Hi, I use the PAA Travel Scuttle to lather my soap. Works great and keeps the soap hot. I just put the hot water from the tap in it. That's all I need to keep it nice and warm, and it does a great job lathering my soaps." Yeah, Malcolm, this was the first travel scuttle I ever used. It is terrific. I like the fact that I can microwave it and heat the water up a little more. Something about the polypropylene, as Douglas Smythe was saying on the product page, something about the polypropylene that gives you a nice, warm, hot lather, and it won't foam up like traditional ceramic scuttles. Something about the polypropylene that acts as kind of a barrier, I guess, in some way. I don't know the science behind it, but it's neat that you can microwave this a little bit and get a nice warm lather. It's lightweight. You can hold it in your hand very easily, even when it's filled with water. Yeah, it's terrific. And of course, it's for travel, or you can use it at home as a daily driver. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's absolutely terrific. We've been talking about the travel scuttle. Jimmy V uses it not only as a scuttle to generate lather, but he'll also use it as a brush scuttle. He'll just put the hot water in the inner chamber and he'll just rest his brush inside after doing a face lather. I'm going to use it like that too. That's absolutely fantastic. So thanks for that, Malcolm. Really do appreciate it. However, here's the contrasting comment from Keith Osmond. And he writes, "A great space saver when traveling is a shave stick. It takes up a lot less room than a soap container and less cleanup as well. Just apply to the face and lather up. I keep mine in an old pill container between shaves, even at home. No need for special lids, scuttles, etc., and the stick dries quickly." Yeah, Keith, great point. I like shave sticks as well. I've used them. I've reviewed them. They're absolutely wonderful. There's nothing wrong with them at all. However, I think the whole point is your face, your shave, whatever works for you. Hey, go for that. Go with that. That's the whole point here. And I think the lather lid is a really nice product. Some folks want to get their favorite shave soap and take that with them on the road, and it's not always available as a shave stick. I think that's the point. That's where the lather lid can come in quite handy. Or, you just go ahead and get the travel scuttle, and you can take scoop out your favorite soap and put it in a little sample container and take that along. That works too. A lot of possibilities, but I agree with you. The shave stick is a great way to go, especially Tabak, Arco, Derby. Oh, La Toja. That's a really good shave stick. That's a wonderful shave stick. I got to use that one again. I've got one sitting in a DOP kit that I have to use. But yeah, they're all great. It's another great way to travel with your shaving gear. So yeah, I agree with you. But then again, like I say, it's great to have all these different options out there. So thanks very much for that, Keith. I really do appreciate it. And thanks, gentlemen, for all the great refill discussion. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. This is always a fun part of the show. Let's check out some new shaving gear. Okay, as I promised, we're going to talk a little bit about the Blackland Era. I had a shave with it. The review ran this past Saturday. I hope you were able to catch that review. Here it is again. This is a stainless steel razor that is 3D printed and CNC machined. It is a beautiful razor. It has wonderful heft, really, really nice balance, a really nice low profile razor head. Look at that. It really is terrific. Now, I have a level 3 plate. And according to their page, they were saying that has a 5.5 efficiency. I found the efficiency to be somewhat lower than 5.5. And for me, this is a 3-pass razor. 3-pass razor and maybe even some touch-up. If you saw the review, that's what I ended up doing. But it was very mild. It had, again, a little lower efficiency than what I was expecting. But here's the really interesting thing. After the shave, I was just on the computer doing some work. I passed my hand over my face. This must have been maybe 40 minutes after the shave. And boy, what a BBS result I felt. It was almost like there was a delayed result. The skin really was soft and the whisker had retracted. That excess moisture had been thrown off, and I was really surprised. Wow, what a really, really nice result and shave from this razor. Now, as I described it in the review, it really is more, I regard it as more of a finesse razor with the level 3 plate now, mind you. The level 4 plate, level 5 plate, both straight bar and open comb may be different. But for me, the level 3 plate, straight bar, it's a straight bar, level 3 plate. This was more of a finesse type of shave. And by that, I mean that I'm not getting everything in one fell swath or swoop with it after, say, 2 or 3 passes. I have to go back in and do a little bit of touch-up. Maybe pull the skin a little bit. Maybe pull the skin with my face. Throw some lather on there for some protection and maybe do a little bit of buffing and touch-up. Nothing wrong with that. That's a really nice change of pace. And the nice thing is, it gave me a great result. I had to work with it a little bit. Again, a little more finesse, work with the razor a little bit, but a really enjoyable process. And it gave me a nice result. And here's the thing, no irritation at all. No irritation at all. It was really a nice result. So, no nicks, no cuts, no irritation. Really, really terrific. So I'll be using it again, and I just have to anticipate that kind of shave. I'm going to expect, my expectations will be for that kind of shave. Going into it, I was expecting something with 5.5 efficiency. I thought 5.5 efficiency was going to be a 2-pass razor for me. It's a 3-pass and maybe even a little bit of touch up there. But nonetheless, a very, very good razor. Now, what has intrigued me about this is I want to try the level 4 and level 5 plates, straight bar, and maybe even get one open comb, maybe get level 5 open comb and see how those shave. Really looking forward to that. And then perhaps, that'll help me to tailor my shave. One day use, say, a number 5 plate, and maybe down the road, want to give my face a little bit of a rest, use the number 3 plate. I'm looking to all the different possibilities with this. But again, a really, really well-made razor using cutting-edge technology made in the United States of America, 3D printed cap and base plate, CNC machine handle, There is some light CNC machining that takes place on the cap and the base plate just to kind of clean things up and make sure the tolerances are correct. But really, terrific, terrific razor. Really, really enjoyed the shave. Again, a little bit of a different process with this razor with the level 3 plate. So if your beard is a little more demanding, you probably want to get a 4 or 5 plate. If you are looking for something that is milder, then yeah, 3 and lower would probably be for you. But the Era Blackland razor, the Blackland Era razor, yeah, very, very nice. And I enjoyed the shave. Again, little more of a finesse, kind of changed up the process for me a little bit, but I really, really enjoyed it. So that was very, very nice. So I just wanted to mention that to you, just to kind of add to what was in my review from Saturday. Okay, what do you think this is right here? This is full grain North American leather. It is a case. What do you think? What razor do you think this was made for? Any idea? Really, again, beautiful full grain North American leather, really rugged, rugged zipper here. Just really some nice detail. Do you have any ideas? It comes in 3 different colors. This is bourbon, also comes in dark brown and midnight black. I chose bourbon. Okay, you want to know what razor this is for specifically? Check this out. This is for the Supply SE razor. How about that? Isn't that nice? And the way the leather feels, it's just going to get nice and soft over the years and just become nice and supple and just like an old friend. And this is a terrific, terrific case for the Supply SE razor. Now, the reason why I purchased this is because I've talked about, again, let me just say it's just really very, 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 very well made, and just it's terrific. And again, a nice rugged zipper. Here, let's see if you can hear that. Just really, really very, very well made. And we were talking about how, or maybe we weren't talking about it. Some folks posting comments on the review of this were saying that this would be great for travel, and I agree, because if you're getting 8 to 10 shaves out of one blade, you don't necessarily have to take this if you're going to do a weekend getaway. I mean, I would take this anyhow, but you just have this, throw it in your case and you're good to go. Now I'm talking about surface travel, not travel by air. That's going to be a little different because you're not going to be able to put this in your carry-on. It's going to have to go and check luggage, I would assume. That's something I'll have to investigate a little further on the Supply website. But I would think this kind of razor probably falls in the category of DE razors, and you're not going to be able to take them in your carry-on. Certainly not the blades. But, weekend getaway, you're getting in the car, you're going to drive away for the weekend someplace, 6-8 hours away, something like that. Maybe you're going to be gone for 3-4 days. This would be perfect. You'll get all your shaves, one blade. Perfect. Travels in a nice case like this. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really like it. Now, the reason why I picked up this case is because I went up to the Supply site to pick up an extra part, and that is this extra screw right here with the spring. Okay, I still have it in the bag there. Now, I talk about this screw right here. This you can unscrew this and pull off this SE base plate, and then you can get in there and clean it out and that sort of thing, and then manually install the blade if you want to, if you don't want to use the injector, that kind of thing. Now, they also recommended on their website that you want to have a blade in there when you inject a new blade. So you want to have a blade in there when you inject a new blade. Now, when I did my review, there was no blade in here. And I just went ahead and injected it, and it was fine. Maybe I was lucky, I don't know. But it was beautiful, it was smooth. But I think the rule of thumb here is you want to have a blade in there and in order to inject a new blade. It just works better that way. So you can undo this. If there's no blade in there, you can undo this, manually load a blade, and then you're good to go. And the next time around, just inject it. I guess that's kind of the process, I guess. Still getting familiar with this razor. The other thing also is if you have a 2.0, they sell this SE plate by itself. It's $14. So all you have to do is go to their website and get over to section where they sell these plates, and you can get an SE plate for your 2.0 and match the finish, whether it's matte or chrome or black or whatever it is. So it's $14. So you can immediately upgrade your 2.0 to an SE just by buying this plate. That's really, really neat. And again, check out the case. The case is wonderful, and I'm going to put it to good use if I decide to travel with this razor. Yeah, terrific, terrific razor. So I just wanted to mention that to those of you out there who have the Supply or are thinking about getting the Supply SE. If you have the Supply 2.0 and want to get an SE, you can get the plate. If you are thinking about getting the Supply SE, yeah, like $49. And check out the case as well. Comes in a box like this, okay? And yeah, very, very well made. And again, what I did was I got an extra screw just in case. You never know when you're cleaning it, that sort of thing. You could lose this down the drain, and you know, you never know. I kind of doubt it'll fall down a drain like that, but you never know. So I always want to have an extra one on hand. So that's why I bought this and saw the case and figured, you know what, I'm going to get the case too. Show it on Monday Morning Mailbag for those of you who have the Supply razor and want to travel with it. It really is a terrific, terrific travel case. Here, one more time, I'll just put it in there for you. Okay, here's how I put it in. Okay, let me get it right here like this. I don't know if I can do this on camera too well, but I just insert it like this. Okay, well here. I'm inserting it like this, okay, right like that, okay. And then I'm just pushing on the top of the head here like this. The blade is pointed downward, so that seems to be okay. So I'm just pushing it in there like that. And there you go. Very nice. And then just zipping it up. Yeah, terrific, terrific little item. So just wanted to pass that on to you. I'll have links below. Mark Bagwell checks in, and he writes, here's a hardware review of a Heritage Collection brush I purchased at West Coast Shaving. And he writes, I'll be honest and tell you I wasn't expecting much when I ordered this brush. I thought it would look great sitting next to my vintage razors, and it does look awesome. But this review isn't about how great it looks. This review is about its performance. The handle design feels comfortable in my hand, and the weight is perfect. The knot has backbone, and it whips up a fantastic lather, even with hard soaps. I know because I tested it with Tabak. Plenty of backbone, and yet the tips are soft and gentle. It is a pure pleasure lathering with this brush. So I can honestly say the brush has earned its 5-star rating. This is a reproduction of a brush made by Erskine, but unfortunately the brush maker went out of business long ago. Okay, Mark also adds, these reproductions are disappearing as well. Heritage is no longer carrying these brushes because of a disagreement with the manufacturer commissioned to make them. He also adds, the Erskine Brush Company went out of business in 1952. Now, regarding the reproductions, these brushes can still be bought at West Coast Shaving. Don't know if Heritage will find someone else to manufacture these or not. Erskine produced brushes from 1900 to 1952. It's American history sitting on my counter. Love it. Beautiful designs, Mark Bagwell. Hey, Mark, thanks very much for that. That is an absolutely beautiful brush. And from what he says, if you want one, well, you know what? Get up to West Coast Shaving and get one, because who knows if they're going to still be made. The originals are not around, and these reproductions or these homages to the Erskine brush may not be around much longer either. So I just wanted to pass that along. Thanks very much for that, Mark. Really, really do appreciate it. Enjoy the brush. It really is a beautiful, beautiful brush. And again, we'll have links below so you can check out that Heritage brush. Jimmy V Photography checks in, and he says, hi, Mark. Just want to pass along this rather long first shave with the new Rex Konsul. Wow, the Rex Konsul is a brand new razor from Rex Supply. It's an adjustable slant razor. Wow, it looks absolutely beautiful. And Jimmy writes, whipped up cube lather on my face, Let it sit while loading the brush and building lather. Hot water in Scuttle. Load from container with Star Wisp brush. As always, PAA CK6 makes enough lather for 5 passes without effort. Setting 4, same as I used for the Ambassador. Lather up with warm water from the Scuttle. Run razor under ice cold water. No blade feel at all, anywhere. It just sliced through 3 days growth like it wasn't there. I do not have very dense beard, but the hairs are tough. Did with the grain on face and neck at setting 4. Ice cold rinse. Did across the grain on face on level 3. Did another with the grain pass on neck at 3. This I couldn't do with the Ambassador. Ice cold rinse. Did against the grain on face on level 1. I can easily do this along the side of my mouth or lip edge without any damage. Did a very light with the grain across the grain pass on neck at 1. Ice cold rinse. PAA alum block on face and neck. No sting or bite at all. PAA splash on face and a little on the neck. PAA star jelly on face only, trying to see if that helps with ingrown on the neck. This was simply put crazy smooth. No irritation, no nicks, no beard left. I just drove the razor like the Ambassador, straight and with no pressure. I let the weight of the razor do the work. I know cold shaving isn't new, but usually people are using cold lather too. I found that using warm lather, which I'm never giving up, combined with the cold rinses and cold razor feels amazing. And since using this method, I've got a smooth neck shave and I have not had one ingrown hair. Wow, that is absolutely amazing, Jimmy V. And I've heard from some other viewers regarding this tip about using a cold razor, using warm water on your face, warm lather on your face, but using a cold razor. Just running your razor under cold water and then doing the shave. I don't know what the science is behind that, but I have gotten some other viewers mention this. We're going to discuss this further in future Monday morning mailbags because I know some other viewers out there have given me that information. And yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about that down the road. If you know anything further about this, comment below and let us know. Makes for a really, really interesting discussion, and it really is an interesting it really is an interesting approach. So that's great to hear, Jimmy. Thanks very much. I really do appreciate that. Okay, this next discussion of shaving gear comes from viewer Baha Guler. He was talking about Boar brushes. This time around, he offers some information about horsehair brushes and a couple that are out there. And he writes, horsehair brushes are great. I think everyone should experience it someday. Semogue introduced their horsehair line of brushes just recently, I think in 2020. I have both the Galahad C3 and the Pharos C3. I would say Galahad is more premium with a nicer, heftier handle combined with more premium horsehair, and the tips are softer. However, Pharos is also a very, very nice brush. I just had a shave with Pharos yesterday and used a Latoha stick. Went on to have a fantastic face lather with it. Yeah, we just talked about the Latoha shave stick just a few moments ago. Yeah, that is really good, really a good shave stick. And now I'm really curious about a horsehair brush and face lathering with it. He continues, I found that soaking duration is an important factor in horsehair brushes performance, and I think that around 5 minutes is perfect. Longer than 5 minutes, and the brush can become a bit too floppy, losing much of its backbone. Horsehair isn't famous for its strong backbone anyway, but still, I found that a long soak will result in a notable difference. I also have another horsehair brush from Vilong, but it has a huge loft, 61 millimeter versus Semogue's 50 millimeter. Semogue is much more suitable for face lathering, while Vilong is more suitable for bowl lathering and painting. As always, your mileage may vary. Well, thanks very much for that. We will definitely link those brushes below. And now that you've made you've noted the difference between the Semogue and the Vilong. Because I prefer face lathering, I'm going to look at the Semogue and see what I can turn up with that. Sounds absolutely wonderful. I'll give the Galahad C3 a look for sure. Thanks for passing that along, Baja. Really do appreciate it. Also, before I forget, Mark Bagwell mentioned that he was using Tabak with his new Heritage shave brush. Now, of course, you all know we've been talking about Tabak going through this reformulation, and well, not a lot of people, I've just heard from a few who are a bit underwhelmed by the new formulation. They prefer the original formulation, well, only time will tell. I mean, I haven't tried the new formulation yet, but from what I've heard, folks aren't as impressed with it as they are the original. So that just reminds me to mention some of the other shave soaps out there that are still available, that are still proven, that make wonderful lathers, whether they are tallow or non-tallow. I just wanted to mention some of these to you. Of course, Parasso. Parasso, $10 for this. This is great. Parasso green, menthol eucalyptus. I believe as I recall, it's non-tallow. Makes a great lather. You've seen it in the reviews and other YouTube wet shaving channels. Yeah, Parasso is a great, great soap. They haven't messed with the formula at all. It's terrific. How about this one? Cella, the almond cherry scent. This is tallow-based, and it's wonderful. It makes a terrific lather. It's got a great scent. Classic shave soap. And of course, if you want non-tallow, the Cella non-tallow is also very, very good. Makes heaps of lathers. I don't find much difference between lathering qualities between the two of them. They're terrific. They're both terrific. You can check these out. Also very, very affordable. Look at this one here, Omega. Omega is wonderful, and they give you so much for the price. I think this is like $8, $9, and they just pack it with shave soap. And it's got that great eucalyptus scent, and it makes heaps and heaps of lather. Another really, really terrific alternative if you're turned off by the Tabak reformulation. And finally, this one here, Barbas. Big Dude Barbas is a viewer, and he sells a lot of this online. I'll link to his website if you're interested in all things Barbas, because he has a complete line of Barbas products up there, the aftershave and the shave soap and the shave cream. And yeah, this has got that kind of a dry citronella kind of scent, but it makes a lot of lather. And yeah, this is terrific stuff. Barbas. This is another one that is available. So there's some great lathering soaps out there that haven't changed their formulation, and they're available. Also, in talking about all these soaps, it reminds me that this week, Heritage Hill is going to be releasing Midnight Ride. Boy, this is terrific. This scent is really, really terrific. To my senses, it's got that classic barbershop kind of vibe, kind of scent going on. Your mileage may vary, but to me, that's how it strikes me. This is a terrific scent. Midnight Ride being released midweek, end of the week, something like that, Heritage Hill. They did this in collaboration with another YouTuber, Jeremy, the Traveling Shaver. He already has a review posted, so I will link to that below if you're interested in seeing his review. I'm going to get a review done on this myself. I reviewed John Paul Jones. That was a terrific scent. The bay rum scent, and the lather is just wonderful. It's tallow-based. I like the 3-ounce size. It's less than $10. Great for travel, great for home, great price point, 3 ounces. Really, really terrific. But Midnight Ride being released this week, sometime this week, midweek, end of the week, somewhere in there. So check that out from the folks at Heritage Hill. And again, I'll link Jeremy's review below so you can see that if you're interested. I'll be readying my own review on this. Review John Paul Jones. Loved it. Really, really terrific shave soap. So yeah, I just wanted to make mention of that. Also, Bob LaRoe checked in and he wrote that Zamchi makes a good blade bank. Yeah, we just had a review on Zamchi razor blades this past week, and Bob very kindly provided that the Zamchi razor blade. Thank you again, Bob. And he wanted to point out that Zamchi makes a very good blade bank. Now, this blade bank does not have a false bottom like some of the others that I've showed you. This one is sealed. So once the blade goes in, when it's full, you'll just go to the recycling center with it. But not a bad way to go, a nice price point, and no muss, no fuss. So you might want to buy a couple, and when one fills up, you have another one ready to go. They say about 300 blades. It'll take about 300 blades and a variety of different blades as well. So yeah, a really, really nice little item at a good price point. Again, it's sealed, just a slot. Once you put the blade in, you're not going to be able to take out a false bottom or anything like that. Just take it to the recycling center. So thanks very much for that, Bob. And thanks to everyone who contributed this week in new shaving gear. Really, really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's get to some of these questions and comments. As I mentioned, we were going to talk about the cold razor blade method, a cold razor method, in upcoming Monday morning mailbags. Well, I have some in queue right now, so let's get right to them. Robert Fagan checked in with this and said, "Hey, Mark, another great video. I didn't manage to guess the shave soap, but I'm still learning the different ones." Yeah, he left his comment in a guess the shave soap video. I've been having a great time with that, and a lot of viewers have been enjoying them. So thanks very much for playing along, folks. Really do appreciate it. He writes, on a non-related to guess the shave soap kind of shave comment that you could probably mention on your Monday morning mailbag, it's for people with sensitive skin prone to razor burn. It's do everything as normal. Wash the face with hot water, pre-shave as normal, but instead of using hot water on the blade, use only cold throughout the shave, but only on the blade. Everything else is as normal. I saw this on another YouTube video, so it's not my tip. Unfortunately, I'm not tech savvy enough to be able to share it. I think he means the video. Oh, that's okay, Robert. Again, this is what I'm hearing. There is a lot of folks out there talking about this method. Do your shave as normal. Everything is warm, but the razor and the blade are cold. Rinse them under cold water and then start your shave. Really, really neat approach. Something I might try myself to see how it works. Again, there's a reason behind it. If you know the reason, please comment below and let us know. It can lead to a really interesting discussion and maybe help some others out there who are, have sensitive skin, maybe prone to a little bit of razor burn, that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm very intrigued by it. I'm very interested about it. So really want to learn more about it because this is the first I've ever heard of it, and it's all thanks to the viewers. So Robert, thank you very, very much for passing it along. Really do appreciate it. Okay, Rodney Ripplinger checked in, and it's a little bit of Scuttle talk. And this is very helpful for those of you who might have a damaged ceramic scuttle. And he says, "Hi, Mark, I forgot to tell you how I fixed my original scuttle. You might remember it had a small hole that went through to the water chamber. I made a small batch of JB Weld epoxy. With a straightened out paper clip, I filled up the hole and also the other hole that didn't go through to the water chamber. I smoothed the epoxy out as well as I could. As the epoxy cures, it gives off heat, which smooths the surface out nicely. Turned out good, works even better. Now, someone told me not to buy rubber stoppers for the scuttles. I did anyway and found out why you shouldn't buy a rubber one for this purpose. Heat softens the stopper a bit, and presence of soap makes it slippery. I put a little pressure on the cork, and in it went into the scuttle. Fortunately, there is a bend in the pottery at that point, so it can't go way down inside. Just in far enough so you can't get at it. Here's how I fixed it. I took an electric drill and drilled a hole into the stopper. Then I screwed in a sheetrock screw into the stopper. I put a little glycerin into the hole and attempted to pull the stopper out using a needle nose pliers. Unfortunately, the stopper is larger at its top than the diameter of the hole, so I couldn't work it around to get it out. What to do? I decided I would try and duplicate the conditions that resulted in the stopper getting in there in the first place. I squirted some Dawn dish soap in the hole and then put the scuttle under the faucet, running hot water onto the stopper. I ran water onto the stopper for a few minutes to hopefully soften it. I pulled on the screw with the pliers and worked it around, and boop, there it was, popped right out. So that's how to fix that if you're lucky. By the way, your PAA Dreamscape scuttle is larger than these. Larger would be better, but I can't complain. These two work well enough and produce enough lather for my needs. Rodney, thanks very much for passing along those two fixes. One with the JB Weld epoxy, so if you have a ceramic scuttle, check out JB Weld. That might work for you. And if you have a rubber stopper that is inside that scuttle, here's a great fix that you can try. And I know for me, I'll just stick with the cork stopper that came with my Dreamscape scuttle. And I know the travel scuttle comes with the silicone stopper, but it's not ceramic, so I think it works for that. So thanks very much for that, Rodney. Really do appreciate it. And I know some folks out there that might have that very issue with their scuttle. Now you have a couple of solutions. One for a hole in your ceramic scuttle, and the other one for getting a rubber stopper out of the scuttle. So thanks again, Rodney. Really do appreciate it. Okay, Rodney Ripplinger checks in one more time, and he adds to the discussion of the cold razor blade, cold razor method of shaving. And he writes, I've adopted Fatboy's cold razor method. I think perhaps the cold razor method may be the thing that has done the most to improve my shaving experience. Well, again, you do everything the same with warm water, warm lather, that sort of thing, but you use a cold razor. You run the razor under cold water, the blade and the razor under cold water, and that improves the quality of the shave. Again, really interesting. Rodney, thanks so much for confirming this. Really do appreciate it. Again, folks, would love to hear from you if you're doing this, if you've adopted this method. I may give it a try. Well, I may give it a try. I am going to give it a try. I'm very intrigued by it. So, Rodney, thanks again for that comment. Really do appreciate it. Okay, this next question and comment comes from viewer Tim Soleveld. And he left this comment in the comment section of the review I did on the Supply SE razor. Boy, I got a terrific shave with this razor. And he wrote, I have this razor and I can't get it to work for me. I get a bunch of cuts on my face every time I use it. I put the head of the razor flat against my face and use no pressure, and my face and neck still get cuts. I've tried everything. I put in a fresh blade, I've tried different angles, and it still doesn't work for me. What am I doing wrong? Well, Tim, I think the first thing you should do is contact the folks at Supply. They're very helpful. They have a lot of hints, a lot of tips and tricks, and I think if you go into a little more detail than you have here, maybe they might be able to pinpoint what the problem is. My guess is, my hunch is, more than likely, it might be the way the blade has been installed. Now, here's what they write on their website. If you ever need to change your setting, deep clean your razor, or find yourself in a position where you need to insert a new blade, but don't have the previous blade in the head of the razor, you will need to manually insert the blade. You never want to inject a blade into an empty razor head. This will almost always dull and or damage your blades, compromising your shaves. Now, if you recall in my review, I didn't have a blade in the razor head when I installed it. I just grabbed the injector, I put it in, and boom, I inserted the blade, and I was off to the races and had a great shave. Maybe I was lucky, I don't know. But that's what they're saying, because you can take this base plate off, or you can undo this screw here and take off this base plate, which is what I like, and clean it out, and kind of give it a good rinsing and clean it out and that sort of thing. I know the 2.0 had 3 different plates that you could remove and kind of switch and change up your shave from very, very mild to medium to a little more aggressive, that sort of thing, and kind of tune your shave. And, if you are taking this plate off and you have that an empty razor head, now you have to manually install the blade in there in order for the next razor to be injected in there to align correctly. That's the way I understand it. How it worked for me, being an empty razor head and having a great shave, I don't know. Maybe I was just lucky, but it worked. But what happens is if you're not injecting the blade correctly, there are these 2 stops here, one on this side and one on this side. And if the blade is not going in correctly, then it'll drag across those stops and dull the blade out, and that's going to compromise your shave. So that's kind of what I've learned in just using the razor and doing a little bit of research based on your question. It's a very, very good question. I hope you get it ironed out. As I say, I think if you go into a little more detail with the folks at Supply, they can probably pinpoint the exact issue for you. Obviously, it's their product. They know it inside and out. But just looking at their website and reading some information, I think the first thing you have to look at is how the blade is being injected into the razor head. If you don't have a blade in the razor head, you have to take this plate off, manually install, and then make sure everything's aligned correctly, and then go about having a shave. And so the next time you want a fresh blade, you're ready to go ahead and inject a new blade and eject the old blade, and everything should line up correctly then. That's kind of what I'm getting from the information I'm reading there. And again, I didn't read any of the information when I first got the razor. Boom, boom, in it. I was just right in, and I had a great shave. So, it's a terrific, terrific razor. I like it a lot. And again, worth mentioning, if you have the 2.0 and you want to kind of upgrade to an SE, you can get the SE plate on their website for like $14. So, Tim, let us know if the folks at Supply were able to help you in pinpointing the issue with your razor. I really would be interested in it because this is a terrific, terrific razor. As I say, I've tried a lot of single edge razors out there. They're all good. The vintage gems are good. The vintage Schiks are good. However, you have to adjust your technique a little bit. Maybe even with the gem, you got to adjust your technique and then lighten up a little more than double-edged razors. They give great shaves, but you have to kind of adjust your technique. This one, I didn't have to adjust my technique at all. Just made sure I was at a 15-degree angle and started shaving, and boy, did it give me a great shave. And I've used it several times since that review. Use it for a head shave, and I believe the head shave review is going to run this week. Did a great job with the head shave. So, and I think that Nick Stop technology right there that they have right there on that razor head, I think that really does work. It was terrific, and again, did a great job with the head shave. And that's kind of why I bought the case too, because I think a weekend getaway, I'm just gonna put in a fresh blade and take this, and then I'm good to go. Just put it in here and I'm good to go. So, yeah, Tim, I think you'll get it ironed out. I think they'll solve it for you. I think this is probably a good starting point. Without knowing much more beyond that, discuss it with the folks at Supply, and I think they'll pinpoint it for you, iron it out, and really give you a lot of help, because they make a great product, and from what I can see, they really do stand behind their product. They really do believe in it. So I think you're gonna get some great shaves with it down the road once you have an understanding of what the problem might be. So let us know. Send me an email at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and let me know if they cleared it up for you. I really would be interested in that. And talk about it in a future Monday morning mailbag too as well. Really be interested in that. So thanks again, Tim. I hope that helps. Let us know how it goes. Okay, that's it for another Monday morning mailbag this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out the Executive Shaving Company. Use the code MARK5. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. I'm on Facebook. Check out my Facebook page. Check out Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for some great, great shaving gear. Check out VikingsBlade.com for some great shaving gear. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerady, where you'll find all the products I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.